Hi, Grace family. I wanted to share a few thoughts with you about my recent foray into the spiritual discipline of fasting. Now, fasting isn't something I've regularly done over the course of my Christian walk, other than to give up a few things during Lent over the years. But in a Christian formation class that Lynn Harrelson was teaching in October, we broke into small groups. And after praying, I felt the just distinct and really powerful feeling that the Lord was calling me to a season of fasting. And actually, it felt like a really gentle invitation. So I started fasting in early January, before Lent even began, wondering if this might just go the way of other New Year's resolutions. And I talked to the Lord and felt like a once a week fast, Wednesday night through Thursday dinner, would work out well with my schedule. Thursday's a day off of mine. I wasn't aware that I was stuck on a particular thing or had a prayer request that needed to be looked at. I was simply responding to Jesus' invitation to hang out with him at home and not eat. And the lack of food has turned out to be one of the least intense aspects of this practice. One question that keeps coming up again and again in my time of prayer and just during the course of my day is, Nate, where are you directing your attention? And when the question of eating is taken off the table, literally, the mind might begin to wander around and look for what else it can sink its teeth into. One of Blaise Pascal's most famous and poignant quotes to me says, "Most of humanity's problems can be traced to our inability to sit quietly alone in a room." And I found out rather quickly, number one, how much of a snacker I can be, and two, how I will often fill silence with music in particular. And as an introvert, I need solitude to recharge my batteries pretty regularly. But what is the discomfort with silence saying about my relationship to silence externally and externally, and silencing my own voice in my head so that I might hear better what the Lord would have to say? In Scripture, in other authors' words, in my times of contemplative prayer, He's been showing me how much noise I am carrying around in my heart and mind, and gently asking me to work with Him, to identify the deeper sources of that noise, and to turn it over and release it to Him. So I feel like I have more questions than answers at this point, but I would love to talk to any of you that have fasted in the past, are currently fasting, or are thinking of fasting in the future. Blessings.